enjoy this map.
I
Honestly
love
speaking.
long shots, okay? I love looking at the observers try to figure out where exactly this shot came from, because I don't know where half the shots come from sometimes.
Well, it's fun, especially if you get sniping gears in this vast map and make yourself to in the higher ground terrain. You can easily kill anybody at that point.
You mean a micro Uzi sniping?
Oh, well, that's gonna work too.
If only you can add an 8 times to a micro Uzi.
If only, dream on.
The dream.
Yeah, but of course, thank you as well to our observers XCYR, NNGEK, Topcast, and also Zai for bringing the action to us.
Yeah, really, God bless these guys because they're trying to catch so much all across the map. Hats off to them because observing is not an easy task. But looking at the map right now, let's take a look at the flight path. And again, Chuchu, you said you wanted a neutral one. Here you go.
Quite balanced. I love it. But will we ended up around Impala for the last circle with just the small islands? Maybe, hopefully, please.
Oh, no. She's being evil now. Those small islands on the right side of the map.
There's a lot of and there. There you go. Yeah, that's our commentating going on.
No, it's just me being like, I'm just being a little pouty about this because I don't want to see like water at all. Like that's like my worst nightmare, or nightmare in terms of PUBG. Like water is so destructive in this game. But let's look at where the players are kind of dropping. Most have touched the ground at this point, so we can have a better idea of where they're going. RSG trying to take control over their area as Geek Fam do find their first vehicle to kind of transition to any part of the map.
That's true. And Naoki straight away following the rest of the team. They are trying to migrate to another compound. They kind of drop in the vast map here where there's nothing else around them except for one single road.
And we do see here, looks like two teams are locked into each other on the same compound here. What will they do here? Last Survivor and also Dingoz, they're in the same location. And looks like we do see here that Dingoz have 3 team members on the same location. They look like they are just having this sort of invisible line, sort of just putting each other on each side. Not crossing, giving that respect there.
Yeah, this is around Chumacera we're talking about. I know Dingoz always picked Chumacera for the last game yesterday. Always Chumacera. The same goes for Trader, which you're not in this game. Our question is, Impunity used to be in this area as well, but they gave up this time.
Yeah, looks like there might be a little bit of an engagement here because considering where Dingoz is placed right now, they definitely know that Last Survivors are here. The question is, do Last Survivors know how many members besides the one that I'm pretty sure they heard with the shots is around?
And the rest of Impunity actually around Vildamar as well as Minas del Sur. But the rest of the team, though, most of them are actually on the north side, a little bit east to the map.
Correct, and the circle is more on the left side of the map, but there's a little bit of water there, so I'm still putting my hopes up that something somewhere will end up at the water area.
Vermont, it's not going to end up there. I have a feeling it will be maybe around Chumacera or Montenegro or around Picado. These 3 triangle towns here. Well, we're looking at around inside of El Pozo. EVOS VIP, they're having a great time. We know how good the loot is around El Pozo if they're not contested at all.
I'm not sure if they're going to find a contestation. We haven't seen the map, and so far certain teams might prioritize actually going there. But, you know, let's have a look at some of the other teams here. The previous, but almost so close winners of the previous game. 20, which is Steel Hearts. Sorry, I'm brain farted there for Steel Hearts. But yeah, they're looking to be pretty stocked up. Same goes for Impunity. Hopefully they do a little bit better this time around.
Yep, absolutely. So looks like they use this split strategy where they send 2 to somewhere else and 2 is somewhere else as well. And now Yoodo gang, they have this compound all to themselves. Looks like all these teams that we have just seen, everyone is having a good time looting. Looting simulator happening.
La Corporea seems like it's not contested at all, but they can actually shift to El Pozo just after they cross over Cradle Fields. But I think it's quite crowded for El Pozo. Back into EVOS, which is right now, they are dominating El Pozo by themselves, but we do have a V around there somewhere as well.
Boy, this might be a bit of this might be an engagement. Somebody might get picked off here, but remember, look at the position of Flash Vision. They're still really far away from each other. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, I find actually the last that I see, He's actually playing the scouting role, so looks like he will be the one to just gatekeep, to just make sure that the opponents are on the other side.
Yeah, and then just now it was Al-Azhar, sorry for that, but Al-Azhar, yeah, dropping point in terms of dropping point just now. Al-Azhar and both FV is actually sharing the same point. And I noticed one thing is about Valdemar, which before it was not occupied by anybody. And this is a troublesome for Impunity because they kind of disengaged into Chumacera and kind of give up Chumacera entirely because it seems like they are not going to banner it out with another team. Before it was traded, now they just give it off to Dingoz. I heard some pre-shots there. But there you go. Afat finally managed to just making sure the positioning of the rest of the team are quite secured. Passing on to the information, they are duking it out around El Zahara right now.
Yeah, and so far, again, it's still nobody has gone knocked down yet, and I think they are respecting as much as can. But it looks like FV is like, okay, it's time to eject. Call button. We've got our escape vehicles. We probably should have made a move. We've already looted the area as well.
But then again, it's a little bit of a risky move because this is such an open area. You don't want to get sniped, especially when you're on a vehicle. You might fall off, but then again, looks like FV. Oh, this is actually a very slow vehicle at the same time. They're taking a little bit of a risk here. We don't want the vehicle to actually blow up and actually add to the stat that might pop up at any time,
But
right?
then I have to disagree that with this minivan, it's actually the most HP vehicle in all vehicles in the PUBG Mobile itself. It has around 2000 HP, if I'm not mistaken. To take down a 2000 HP vehicle is not as easy as it seems. And the great thing about it is that if you are actually caught up in the middle of a desert or a vast field, it can also be a barrier for you.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to sound like a kids show at the end of it where they're like, let's do it together. But you know, if they're in between two teams, a lot of firepower can be put into it, maybe.
Yeah,
but that'll
maybe
be a sight to see if they can even, like, you know, damage it enough.
Well, that's true. But back into Chumacera, one of the hottest spot there is. Like I said, Impunity kind of gave up Chumacera entirely. They know there's too many teams are actually fighting over this place. While Yoodo, on the other hand, just scouting out for Drax. I think he's just making sure that there's no other teams nearby and pass it back information to the team.
Absolutely. Drax is now just creating that parameter for his team, sending messages back to just say, okay, this parameter, we're all cool. We're cool. So you can just loot in this area. I got what I need. That's good enough for me. And RSG as well. Looks like they have vehicles for themselves. They are really mobile at this moment. They're in a good position, I'd say.
And back into Chumacera again, ESG just joined in as well. So this is going to be interesting.
So far, I mean, you know, the circle hasn't really told us enough information just yet. We're moving slowly towards the transition into, you know, phase 2 of the game. But again, get up on the highest heights, Yoodo, with the car as well, going to be standing at the perch.
Yeah, the creative field, they really have to pass the creative field in case they want to go to El Pozo, which they will be. They cut across the map a little bit straightforward here. Question is, we do have a couple of teams already waiting in El Pozo, which is none other than team, if I'm not mistaken, was Geek Fam just now.
Honestly, it doesn't look too good so far because, again, a lot of these transitions are not necessarily going to be punished just yet because how expansive that map is. But it does mean as the phases go by 4, I'm pretty sure most teams would still be alive.
Yeah, absolutely. We still need to wait till the 4th circle. Plus, this is a fairly big map as well with a lot of land to cover. So we do expect that a lot of teams may just hang it on to the later circles, not taking those early fights at the same time. Yes, I know kills are very, very important. But then again, it's just the second game. You don't want to give away too much. You don't want to risk like... And now it's just 16 teams. You just don't want to let go of that positioning.
No, that's true. And now St. Martin quite occupied by Esports, who are actually tanking into the blue. So I can assume that the circle kind of shows for the second phase now. Everybody have to migrate, even though they can tank the first circle, like I said, a bit. But you don't want to get into the game too late.
Yeah, looks like Yoodo is, you know, transitioning over to another peak to look to perch on top and kind of have a better understanding of not just the landscape, but looking at where they are. But let's look at where they are on the map as of right now. Oh no, wait, hold on. Look at Axis as well as H2O. Looks like they are getting gatekeeped out of there as Axis already with the vehicles. They might be able to turn this on on top of H2O and kind of, you know, zone them out.
Oh yes, and we do see here that Axis has their eyes on the H2. Oh, H2O passes by, and now they're a little bit of trouble there. And we do see, oh, shots being fired, and oh no, from a long range. Looks like Pengu will be the one to be knocked down. He needs his team to come save him, but then it's a big risk there because they're from afar. If they go and save him, they run the risk of being shot at as well. So, ooh, what do you do here? But looks like Oman not letting him go. Oman just find those shots and now moving to another location, possibly nearer, and try to get those kills.
Don't be sad, Cloud. That was your team.
I know, yeah. you can sense from the voice, yeah.
And then I feel bad for his show. They're trying to actually, if I'm not mistaken, migrating from water treatment down to the graveyard just now, which happens to be parallelly going with the same direction of team number 15, which is Axis. But ESG, on the other hand, picking on everybody who showed themselves here, which is Team 21. We have as well Team Bosskurr, who don't actually show themselves too much in the last game.
Yeah, right now 2 members of ESG are downed, so this is going to be a pretty interesting decision making that they're going to have to do, because Bosskurr, even though they were, 1 or 2 of their members were down, they were able to pick them up because of how close proximity they are, but they have to get back. How is trying to get over back to the hill to get to where his team is, but what they don't realize is that one of their members is lagging behind, just to make sure that if they go for a push, they are going to get hit with some heavy firepower.
Yes, this is not a good location that you want to fight just because of how the terrain is, because you can go in and out very easily, but actually escaping is not very good, especially if another team comes on from the other side, from multiple angles. You get caught.
Oh my goodness me, that was a scare.
Okay.
If only that's the open in all your rivals, it would be a problem for you.
Well, for a second there, I thought that Moza was going to pay the price for it, but okay.
But yeah, speaking of the circle again, there you go. ESG tried to secure Chumacera. Chumacera, like I talked about this before, you know when the circle includes certain area of the map, the hottest town, you know that always the circle ended up at one of it in this map will be Chumacera itself. So that's why everybody's trying to fight for the positioning. But now, looking back into Team NoRecoil, they are going at it for ESG.
Yeah, and it looks like ESG also have the same idea. They want to take control of this area, and they're not the only ones. You know, you do see. I'm pretty sure that's Team Bosskurr on the other side. I can't see whether it's 21 or 20, but they should. They'll hear the gunfires, wait for a little bit, and slowly creep up on them from the lower ground to the higher ground.
Oh, and now we do see these 2 teams against each other. ESG with Team NoRecoil on the other side. They do know that Team NoRecoil is just across that whole. Oh, and looks like Team NoRecoil managed to snipe out Pomburu there. ESG may need to back out here. Looks like Bravo is taking the exit plan.
The hunter got hunted? Yeah, I guess so. But Bravo, will it be a really, really good day for him? Because Bravo just have to run on foot now. His buggy might explode. He doesn't want to risk it. We know what happens next if he just sit on the buggy itself.
Yeah, and now with the smokes all placed out in this warehouse, ESG looking for the last 2 members. They actually go in for the engage. One's going down. The next one, they have to hold their ground. Hold backwards. Last member to make it through. Not entirely sure what's going on, but they are getting a number of kills. They one more. Stewart, he needs to get this one. One more shot, and yes, he does get it. Oh, that is way too close for Comfort. He needs to go for the revives really, really soon after he uses that first aid. But
the last minute of changing of the weapon, holy smoke, he made it happen. He almost lost it.
He almost lost it. It really was a clutch there.
Yeah, if only he changed to a pan, that would be perfect.
I don't think it even like needed to be one single. You just have to slightly just touch the bullet on his side. It's enough to knock him down, you know.
Just a bit of a tickle.
Yeah, maybe just sneeze it out. It works too. But back into this circle, things are not doing great for those who actually want to dominate Chumacera, because it seems like a little bit down south to Monte Nuevo along Ladrilera. There you go. That will be the last circle.
It's a bit of a tongue twister there. I do understand that.
I don't want to pronounce that place ever.
Yeah.
And go for it. Go for it. Go for it, guys.
All right. I'm not. No, you know what? Let's talk about the circle here. Coming into the next phase, phase 3. As you know, it really is more centralized towards the left side of the map. And as everybody makes their way, EVOS VIP still with all 4 of their members here. 15 teams, 54 still alive, and it's only phase 3. This is what we were expecting, but now it's gonna get a little bit heated as you know, Team Yoodo. They should be able, if I'm correct, to hear the vehicles from this distance, so they can take advantage of it.
Yeah, they might be, but at the same, that's why they're camping it out, probably.
And we do see here Yoodo looks like they're going to hang on to this position for a while. EVOS VIP just over the horizon there. But I doubt they know the existence of each other on a similar mini-map there. Little bit of shots being fired there.
But
okay.
no, they're going to scope it down on Avi, who is actually behind them. But this is a bit of a risky move for Yoodo, if not because they are exposing their position way too much. Right in front of them is actually EVOS VIP.
And RSG now nearby, last survivor. They are really close to each other. Iron Pro just passing by, so definitely they do know the existence of another team on the other side of the hill there. But who will make the first move? We do see RSG here, Voki. Oh, looks like he has opponents on the left, on the right. He needs to make the call. What will he need to do
goodness
there?
me. They are all facing Impunity while the rest of last survivor actually just telling them down on the side as well. On their blind spot, this is not doing great because Resurgence don't seem to know there's another team going, but look at that spray. Beautiful control, and now they managed to knock two, but can it be enough? They're gonna rush in for the moment, but last survivor, are they just gonna stand there?
I don't know. I think they might consider crawling up to them, or at the very least something that doesn't, you know, give the indicator of their footsteps, so they don't compromise their current position here. But the rest of RSG, they want to go for a hot push. They want to take out Impunity right here, right now. And it looks like last survivors, they're not going to capitalize on this situation as they pull forward. Volky is going to be the first to go down. Sorry, not Volky, but Small Boy is going to go straight down as the rest of the team continues to push on in. Iron Pro still up, but Jaeger is in the second floor holding down as Vex is down by the lower ground, looking to go for the flank.
And Jaeger trying to defend his ground, but again, Jaeger, now we're only 10% alive. Immediately uses the first aid kit. He has another Vex just behind him, just giving him that support from behind. But RSG need to make that move. Iron Pro inside the building right now. Just turning on the other side, and who takes that first shot? Iron Pro takes that first shot, managed to take one down there. Beautiful play indeed. Jaeger will go down, but the drama is not over yet.
And Iron Pro just around that corner managed to save Y2K if he wants to. Iron Pro trying to make it happen for the rest of the team. They still have one man to go for Impunity, but he still has to take the damage. Look at that! Can he wipe them out? One last take, but it's not gonna happen. They have one more player inside of the house. Can they rush in? They can, but Iron Pro need to heal himself first. The blue is taking in, and Y2K is still on his knees. Where is one more person from Impunity? And it seems like he tried to rush in for more. Y2K is really low.
This is so bad for them because now they have to bail. They might have to sacrifice two members there. They're going to try and all here. Volky understands, like, this is it for me, boys. You're going to have to go on without me.
Yes, like I sacrificed myself. Goodbye. But then again, let's look at here. Oh, look at that. Grenades go out. Flex goes down there, ladies and gentlemen. This is starting to be a bloodbath here.
A double kill with a nade? That's, wow.
That's a big clutch, and it's still full 2 points fat thing in your inventory for this scoreboard later on. And now Dingoz Maisel trying to rush in for more. Look at that. They are being super aggressive for Dingoz this time around. They are trying to challenge the rest of the team. We have also nearby team NoRecoil. Stewart, can the rest of the team actually hold their position, as well as team Last Survivor, who seem to be very quiet when another team just now engaging.
Yeah, RSG did go for the engage onto Impunity there. Impunity finally being knocked out because of the circle. But it's surprising because they could have capitalized to try and get a little bit of damage in. Oh, no! I thought he would have been fine, but it looks like the explosion does take him out. That's going to be another knockdown as well with the long shot. Dingoz in a lot of trouble here. I legitimately thought they were going to be okay, but now Axe is going to take a prime position and knock him out.
Axis is really being boosted their morale today, while the rest of Geek fam is waiting for them to come over to their territory, because why? Resurgence is just beneath them. At the same time, Axis have to walk into their territory if they want to, but it seems like everybody's kind of in the circle, but not anymore, because the circle just have to torture the players, making sure they have to advance and move.
Yeah,
yes. Circle is not being kind to them right now, including Geek fam, who has been watching the action from afar. They will need to make a move very soon. They're only given about 30 seconds from now before the circle closes in, and they need to decide, because they will be caught in the middle of RSG and also Axis as they move.
Iron Pro told me he had a stomach ache today, but he's performing really well. Just
somehow
shouldering all the responsibility down on himself now. He has to survive as long as he can.
Talk about no pressure here.
Yeah. Yoodo, Grax on the other hand, try to conquer this compound by himself, making sure they are gatekeeping. Bapak is walking into their territory, but they are quite out in the open. Just a little bit of sloping of a hill to actually making the covers.
That's the only heal that they have because they need to make a move. We do see that here from behind. They are quite spread out and they have opponents all around them. What are they going to do? This is an open area. They do not have much. They just use this smoke as their utility. So definitely their opponents know that they are right there. So do they walk? Do they go through the vehicles? Do they use them? This will be all the questions they need to answer. But looks like they managed to move into the circle right now.
Now coming into phase 5, the circle has been determined. Everyone's trying to keep control over the structures here. Bosskurr. Oh no, wait, Yoodo's Drax is getting shot from behind. Looks like the window has exposed him. Bapak is in a great position to try and flank. However, they need to remember that Team Bosskurr is also approaching the structure. Everyone is going to be fighting for it.
And XPERT Roman just silently creeping from behind. You know he's just at the edge of a circle, making sure he's playing the safe game here. Maybe the healing games once more.
Oh,
Okay, I hope we don't see another one. Let's see a proper Giselle healing. That would be very sad to see that two in a row.
Well, it can happen if they want to, but Bapak, can they duke it out with EVOS, VIP, and there's also Yoodo gang, 2 Titans against them. And don't forget about Bosskurr, who just nearby as well.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Axis is in a really good position with their high ground, considering what the landscape is. If the circle, you know, God bless, is going to be in their favor, I think they're in prime position to win because number one, look at who they have to deal with. They'll have an entire overview of both Yoodo as well as Team Bosskurr. Oh wait, looks like they're actually taking out some fights here. What's going on?
Yeah, that's true. And at the same time, some of them are actually being down by the zone. But oh, that's a free kill. Like you said, Gideon, it was a free kill for Axis just now with their positioning, with the terrain helping them. But that's not really helping them when it got covered entirely for Team NoRecoil. But they will be taking up for Bosskurr. Kill still away right underneath his nose. That's evil.
That's unfortunate. That means that Team NoRecoil is going to be taken out for now. However, EVOS still under heavy fire from both sides. Steelhearts as well as Axis not looking too good, and Yoodo still trying to hold their ground as they take shots at Bapak.
And here we go. We do see Fredo. He does see his opponents on the other side. Everyone's really closing. There's only 8 teams left. 25 alive, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and we do see a Brad. Oh, from afar, he gets sniped out. He will need to retreat there. He's been known. At the same time, there's only about 15 seconds more before the circle closes in. So they will need to get into the middle because there are not many teams actually in the circle right now.
I have a feeling Root is going to play the same game, but then Iron Pro is just next to him. Axis MP could kind of take the risk to go down from the terrain first, making sure that they are having one survival out of the blue, like just to make sure in case he needs to play the healing game.
I hope it doesn't come to a healing. That's going to be unfortunate. Now, Axis, again, using their utility, kind of try and bombard Geek Fam out of their current position. And now, remember, there's still 8 teams. 25 people are still alive. It's going to get really hectic really, really fast.
Yes, absolutely. There's lots of colors there that we can see on the minimap. And we do see Axis actually right in the middle of everything. But they do have a good structure there to actually help them. But at the same time, we do see Mozart actually being taken out by the play zone there. And Jumper looks like he's going to move to another location. He's going to get the vehicle. Probably this is an eject button for his teammates. Taking on this vehicle that has lots and lots of HP to somewhere safe.
Oh no, Jumper straight away move into the middle of the circle without thinking twice. And Axis already gatekeeping that we have still in the game. It was VIP is very comfortable at the edge of the circle, while the rest of Bosskurr just now force themselves inside, making sure they give the kill points to Yoodo gang.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that, you know, Jumper decided to actually go out here, but I think they're trying to look for a flank onto Bapak, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh no!
That's a lot of punishment there. The moment you just try to pick with opening of the doors, straight away they are telling down the vision, but at the same time, Geek Fam trying to take down Axis. I think that's the end of Axis. Oh, but no, they're returning damage, and Axis is not happy about it. Steelheart's being returned back to damage as well, but there's a lot of them actually pinning out, making sure Axis will be taken down from the fortress.
And Steelheart definitely in trouble now. Looks like the revive goes out in the middle of the smoke. How long can they handle here? This will be very, very interesting. All eyes will be on Steelheart right now because they know that they are low. They need to reset themselves, and Wedu's just holding it on. First aid kit being used, but how long can this last?
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh my god, it didn't
not
last
long.
not even 1 second. There you go. I
Yep.
feel sorry for him.
Sorry.
Speak of the devil, honestly. But now, looks like Geek Fam is... Oh, there's no way he's going to out-heal this one. His position is so compromised right now. It's out in the open. Axis won't let him go. Jumper is making sure that he cannot push forward while the rest of the Yoodo gang is just keeping Overwatch.
He's actually in the pit quite safe for now because he has that bunker van as well as the terrain is helping him a lot. There's also some couple of buildings right in front of him where Axis cannot pick out. Once he picked out, they will make sure they tunnel him down and straight away got a headshot there.
Yep, Oman here, still in the structure, still going on to that position. Looks like he's still okay for now, but then again, how long will that last for him? And he will need to make that decision very, very soon. Oh, it looks like, we do see here, looks like Jenny is now in trouble. Kuza goes down as well. And now Trix will need to save his teammate.
This is still pretty tough because Bapak right now, they want to find a better position, but again, it's going to be tough. Oh, wait, hold on. Yoodo is making move. They're using their vehicles to slowly build cover here. Axis is now trying to take on EVOS right now as EVOS are getting members down. Geek Fam fighting Yoodo, but Geek Fam gets double knockdowns onto Yoodo. They are so stuck out in the open.
And Bapak are being cornered by Eva at the same time as Yoodo. Yoodo kind of trying to get somebody's behind. There you go. Geek Fam is no more. We're down to top 4 now. And the rest of the team Axis will force out and flush from that compound. The circle is not favoring them. Jumper trying to throw some smokes. Getting happy on that as well. Oh, didn't clip it in the smoke.
Yes, and Jumper now, he still has eyes on the rest of Axis there. He will still continue to charge, and Jumper managed to take the kill onto Oman right here. We are down to 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Jumper will not let them go, and Jumper will wipe them out and send them back to the lobby.
Really nicely done. That's going to be a bunch of points. Oh, wait,
look at that!
Oh, that's cheeky.
Oh, man. Again, a double grenade.
Oh my goodness me. That's gotta be a disaster for Team Yoodo. The moment they thought they had a victory, small victory there, Bapak just denied entirely.
Yeah, and now Bapak, again, 3 teams, 10 alive. Ooh, 9 alive now. Playzone is finally taking out EVOS at this point of time. They're trying to hold on. Bapak, Yoodo, as well as EVOS right at the edge of the circle, but Bapak has a pretty good position. Yoodo is in trouble because they're going to need to move from their position by getting into that vehicle, but it's such a big risk because now EVOS as well as Bapak might decide to gun them down. They just have to be looking at the right place at the right time.
And EVOS right here, they're just behind those boxes, but looks like they are near the edge of the blue zone. This is a big disadvantage for them because the blue zone will touch them first. And now we do see Fredo here. They do have eyes on Bapak as well. Oh, it looks like Bapak now, but now in trouble. And at the same time, Jenny goes down as well with a grenade, and Trex goes down as well with a grenade as well. Jenny will be followed by Trex on the kill score, on the death score. And now it is a team 2-on-2 right now, 1-on-1 team fight. And now it's Fredo versus Mutra. Right here, we do see on screen who will be victorious here. Jumper on the other side tries to flag but can't get that vision. And they are still behind that box. That box cannot be destroyed. That box is the only thing separating them. Jumper moving on the other side. He's going to do that flag here. Jumper will slowly move it. Jumper is almost there. He almost gets there. Jumper did not manage to get that shot off. And then the same time, Manpara will move on the other side. But Manpara is enough. He will survive. And Chicken did not fall down.
There was a nice rush in by Team Yoodo gang, sacrificing one with Jumper, and they literally have the cover of only one super medium box in the middle of nowhere.
And the worst part is that EVOS, they had no utility as well to heal themselves. They're just stuck out in the open to deal with Yoodo as they continue to push on forward. They are very confident in their pushes.
Congratulations to Yoodo gang getting themselves the first chicken dinner of the day for match number 2, week 1, day 2.
Yes, Manparang is clearly very happy.